The Red Raiders landed one of the best wide receivers in the class of 2025 in Lone Star High School four-star wide receiver Bryson Jones. But they weren't done there, as they landed a three-star corner all on Monday, June 10th. In today's video, we'll recap the busy day on the recruiting trail for Joey McGuire and crew and take an updated look at the 2025 Texas Tech football recruiting class and where it ranks nationally. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's RC Maxfield here for the Back to 12 podcast. If you're excited about what Joey McGuire and crew are doing on the recruiting trail, because if you can't tell, I am. I mean, this class is really coming together and is going to be a very interesting one for the Red Raiders. All I'm going to ask you to do is one thing if you're excited about it. Like the video. That's it. If you want to stay in the know on everything Texas Tech football all year long, you can hit that subscribe button and notification bell as well. But simply like the video if you're excited about what Joey McGuire and crew are doing on the recruiting trail. All right, let's jump into this because this first name is the three-star corner that we will discuss, and it is Swayde Griffin. He is 6'1", 185 from Lago Vista High School. He picked Texas Tech over Arizona, Arizona State, and Minnesota. He is a long, rangy corner, isn't afraid to get physical at the line of scrimmage, has really good hits, and the tape that I've seen of him, it just seems like he's always around the football. And that is a huge compliment for a guy that, you know, he's not getting thrown at a ton because, well, other teams know, hey, this guy's 6'1", he's a corner, he's athletic as hell. Like, we're not going to throw that way, you know? But he always seems to end up in the play and make a difference for his team. Now, as I mentioned, he's got some quick hips. He's also got some track speed. Shocker, Texas Tech going after a track star. Who would have thought with Joey McGuire as the head coach? He's actually the Texas 4A 110-meter hurdles champion as a junior with a wind-aided time of 13.75. Burners, just absolute gas right there. And when I look at his tape, you know, again, you go to the track star aspect of it, that stands out. There's no doubt about it. But I think the thing that stands out to me most is he's 6'1.5". I think he's probably going to grow maybe another inch or two, get to 6'3". He's long, rangy, quick. If you add 15 to 20 pounds in a college weight room type environment, which I don't see a reason why he couldn't, I think he could be a guy that's on that two deep and actually has the chance to be a potential starter for Texas Tech due to some of the traits that he has. And again, you look at the three-star aspect of it, I get it. I'm looking at the projectable traits that he has. He's got a lot of good ones, and really the one that stands out is obviously the speed, but also those quick hips where it just seems like in the blink of an eye, he's headed in the appropriate direction to make an impactful play on the defensive side of the football. All right, this next commitment was a four-star wide receiver, and I'm telling you right now, I'm super excited about him pairing up with Tristan Gentry, another four-star wide receiver in the class of 2025 for the Red Raiders. And this one is Bryson Jones, a 6'3", 180-pound wide receiver from Lone Star High School. And again, if you haven't guessed by now, yes, he runs track. I feel like that's just something we need to say about every commitment for Texas Tech. They either do something track related, whether that's on the track, pole vaulting, shot put, whatever it is. They're doing something athletic as hell, freaky athletic, I should say. Now, Jones is a four-star wide receiver according to 24/7 Sports Composite rankings and is the 378th player in the class of 2025. He picked the Red Raiders over the likes of schools of Arkansas, Boston College, Kansas, and others. He is a long, rangy wide receiver that when you watch the tape, one thing stands out. All gas, no brakes. This man just seems to always beat the defender in front of him with his speed. He's got really good hands in terms of fighting off the line of scrimmage on the limited reps that I've seen. Also has a pretty solid route tree. Now, obviously, when you're a guy that's running as fast as he is, your high school coach is going to say, hey, run straight, and we're just going to chunk it to you. You see quite a bit of those plays, but you also see a pretty solid route tree for him as well, especially in the intermediate routes where he's actually digging in and going in for those crossing routes, those slant routes, whatever it may be, in that 7 to 15-yard range. He's got a pretty solid route tree. Now, when you look at his stats as a junior, 64 catches. He also had 1,092 yards receiving, 15 touchdowns, and averaged 17.1 yards per reception. Again, I mentioned earlier the fact that I'm uber excited about him obviously because of the athletic traits that he presents. And really, he's got really good ball skills for a guy his age and his size too, in the sense of he's not afraid to go across the middle and catch with his hands. I know that that seems so arbitrary or maybe like common sense, but you would be surprised at some of these guys in the high school ranks that are still doing body catches when they're even highly ranked. He's actually out there, has really good hands away from his body, obviously uses his body to catch some passes with it's a rocket right at his chest, right? But also really can go out there, doesn't alligate or arm it at all from the, well, tape that I've seen anyway. So he's a really good commitment. And the reason I'm excited about this is because of Tristan Gentry as well. Pairing Jones and Gentry together, two four-star wide receivers in the class of 2025, I think elevates the dynamic aspect of the Texas Tech wide receiver room almost immediately, right? We were talking about guys like Wes, Crest, a bunch of other guys that are young in this wide receiver room alongside the like of Micah Hudson, Caleb Payday Douglas, Josh Kelly. Well, Josh Kelly's got 1 year of eligibility left. Gentry and Jones can come in, and I don't know if they're going to be difference makers right away, but it would not surprise me whatsoever if you look at them and they're playing significant snaps for the Red Raiders as true freshmen or at least in their second year on campus. They're that kind of guys, and now you got 2 of them in the class of 2025, and you're going to want to go out there and add other athletes as well. But adding those guys to the wide receiver room, I thought was critical for Texas Tech in terms of going out and getting legit playmakers that bring a variety of skill sets. And you did just that if you're Joey McGuire and crew with Bryson Jones and then Tristan Gentry. Just a dynamic pairing in the class of 2025 when it comes to 4-star wide receivers for the Red Raiders. All right, where does Texas Tech in the football class rank for 2025 nationally? You can see them at the bottom of your screen right there. This is as of June 10th, after the commitment of Griffin and Jones. 247 Sports has them as the 23rd best class, Rivals 25th, and then you see On 3 at 25 as well. This feels like it's going to be a top 30 class at worst for Texas Tech. When it comes down to it, you're starting to see these pile up if you're Joey McGuire and crew in terms of, okay, we went out, we laid the foundation. Now you're going to see some of these guys that were in prior recruiting classes come in and play significant roles in 2024. Then it's going to create that domino effect in terms of you're going to keep building that pyramid in the sense of the foundation. It will keep growing, be much more stable with these really good recruiting classes in 2025. I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to be much different in terms of Texas Tech having one of the top recruiting classes in the Big 12 and really the country as well. It would not shock me whatsoever if this is yet another top 25 class for Joey McGuire and crew. Again, the big news, though, in Texas Tech football is on the recruiting trail as the Red Raiders have landed 3-star cornerback Swayde Griffin and 4-star wide receiver Bryson Jones, both in the class of 2025 as Joey McGuire and crew just continue to be in fuego on the high school side of things after a busy, and I mean busy, official visitors weekend this past weekend out in the 806. I am RC Maxfield reminding you, if you like what Joey McGuire and crew are doing on the recruiting trail, like the video. And if you want to stay in the know on everything Texas Tech football all year long, well, you like the video already. Do these 2 simple steps for me. Hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell to join the largest group of Texas Tech fans here on YouTube. Over 10,000 strong. Yeah, you heard me right. And we'll be having position previews, film breakdowns. Lyle Leon Jr. will be back on the channel here shortly. So again, if you want to join the largest group of Texas Tech fans on YouTube today, simply like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell.